point that I'm making here. Walk over here again. I'm going to kind of look up there. And I'm going to look down to here. Look over here. Look back to here. Now, as you notice, when I first came in to the frame, nothing was happening here at all. Okay? Not much was happening here at all. If I walk over here, and kind of look into this right over here, as I'm looking into it, look what's happening. Movement. Movement's being created. All of a sudden we're getting more and more as my awareness gets put onto this stuff. See this? Now, what I'm doing is I'm applying my own energetic movement by walking around. Okay? As I do, that's moving with me. This starts to move more. I walk back over here again. Now I look back into this, and we're getting more movement. It's actually building as a result of my awareness of it. The more attention I give to it, the more awareness that I give to it, the more the whole thing is reacting. Okay? Awareness and observation is tantamount to activation. The more that I'm aware of it, the more I'm aware of its movements, the more it starts to notice, okay? So I'm putting my attention, my energy on it. And as I put my attention and my energy on it, okay? And as I observe it, it activates more and more and more and more. Then I apply my own movement to it. See that? As I apply my own movement, on top of the observation, on top of the activation, it moves more. If I wanted to, I could even add one more technique on top of it, breathing. And then we get even that much more activation and that much more movement. So, when I first came in, you notice how I even looked at it and pointed at that and then it moved backwards? Look at that. See that? The whole thing is now wanting to move because of the movements that I make. Observation is tantamount to activation. Observation, activation. You have to get to the point where when you're working with something that you observe it, and the more that you give attention, observe, and the more aware you are, the more of an effect that you will have. Here's the case. Before I turn this off, you cannot affect something, you cannot change something unless you are aware of it, unless you have given observation to it. Now, notice I'm taking observation off of this and it's slowing down. I put my observation back onto it, started moving again. But this even slowed down too. Once I really started focusing on you, it stopped doing as much. You want to be aware in any environment that you're in. It is absolutely important. Be aware of everything that's going on, because if something is occurring, you know, someone's life may depend upon your observation or awareness of what is going on. Say someone was drowning in an ocean, but if you're not aware that it's happening, you're not going to be able to run out there and make changes. Well, that's the same thing with this stuff right here. Unless I am aware of what's going on with it, it starts to slow down. It starts to deactivate. Okay? It's that simple. In here, why don't we take a look around? There's a car there. I'm making sure that you see that there's no hanky-panky, there's no There's no fans, there's nothing creating this. This was a matter of my observation of it. And look how everything has calmed down now. You could see the big gargantuan movements happen as I got more involved with it. All I'd have to do is move my arm and everything would move with it. Okay? Observation. So again, I put my eyes back onto this, it begins to move again. Be aware. The more aware you are, the more things will pick back up in your environment. Alright? That is the lesson, tidbit lesson of observation equals activation.